Hey!
Hey, what's up, guys?
I know, sorry, that was really loud. I'm Mike.
I'm Katie.
And this is Brutally Honest.
But before we start talking, let's slide into the music.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, I'm just honest.
Hey,
All
we
right.
are back. I hope you like that little musical intro that we did.
It was nice. It was a cute moment.
We have a lot of cute moments.
That's accurate.
So how was your week, guys? What's been up? What's the 411? What's the hot gossip?
What are you guys listening to? What's the cool jams?
Mom, could you go fix your hair?
Okay.
I know. If we could talk to you directly, I would love to
I know.
how your week was.
That's
but-
all right. We'll assume that it's great and that, or hey, maybe it was shit and now you just want to sit down with us and you want to talk about your, just let your problems go. That's fine. We're here.
Yes, we are.
We're here for you, boo.
Yes, we are. Actually, it's a fact.
How was your week? What did you do today?
Today is Friday.
And don't give me like a full list.
I'm not gonna. We record on Fridays though, just so you guys know.
Oh yeah.
So today's Friday. I went to
So
Rochester.
we're in the past and you guys are in the present.
And technically, we're talking about the future.
Yeah. So I mean, we're
Whoa!
covering all your bases here.
We are. I went to Rochester today.
And how was that?
It was fun. I went to Costco.
Oh my God! If I have to hear you talk about Costco anymore,
It was
crap.
so much fun. Adam was so right.
I mean, like, what are the things that you saw? Was there anything that intrigued you?
I mean, I went to Bill's training camp, but you don't want to talk about sports.
Oh God!
You don't sport.
What goes on at this Bills training camp? Please enlighten me.
There's a lot of cute men in shorts. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I really like football a lot.
I mean, like, let's be real here. Is that the reason that we're going? Because that's the reason I would go.
Somewhat. No, I don't know. It's just like the Buffalo Bills, the football team.
Oh, okay. Thank
It's their. You're welcome. I'm
I thought they were
elaborating.
a hockey team.
I mean, I don't know if
mean,
you know or
honestly,
not.
yeah. I mean, like that's fair.
It's just like an open practice. It's their second practice of the year. They have preseason starting in a couple weeks, so it's just you go out
What's
there.
preseason?
Preseason is like the games before the season starts. Mike.
Oh my God, that's so much. Okay.
Did you really not know that?
No, I really did not know that.
Holy crap.
I mean, I don't. Listen, guys, sports are not my forte. I've always been decent at them. Like, when I
Yeah.
play them, I really impress people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I kind of remember in gym class, it would be really funny. You know when they did the pacer tests and all that crap?
Yes,
and you had to do the
unfortunately.
up, down.
Down.
Yeah,
One.
yeah, okay. So when I was doing that or whatever, and we'd have to do the push-ups or stuff like that, like, I would always be, even with all the seniors, I would be always one of the last people, like, doing them. And
Yeah.
people were like, what the
Because you were like ripped in high school.
I was not ripped in high school, but I definitely was more muscular than I am now. It's definitely.
I mean, you were in really good shape because you did taekwondo,
This
which is a
true.
sport.
Yeah, that is the only sport that I actually really connected with. I was pretty good at that. But, I
Yeah.
mean, like, you did fucking soccer for...
Soccer and basketball.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about basketball.
Yeah, but I did play soccer for like my entire life, and then I started basketball and like
You can tell by her calves or her, like, thighs if you've
my
ever seen that.
thick that no one sees my legs.
I know. That's
They're
a problem.
out right now.
Yeah, they are.
They are. They're here and
They're out. They're proud. Get used to it.
I didn't know what kind of like segue that was to like be like, oh, we're out, we're proud.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Homosexuals unite.
Guy five.
Yeah, woo.
That's great.
In the 90s, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Segue.
That was okay. Hold on. I gotta.
Yeah,
my boy right
slow
now.
clap.
That was not a slow clap, but it was a nice segue into what we're going to talk about, which is basically the 90s versus now. Mm-hmm. So.
Or just how different life is. You know how everybody talks about, oh my gosh, the 90s were great. I love the 90s. Oh, it was such a nostalgic feeling. Okay, well, what made the 90s so nostalgic, and why is it so different from now?
Listen. Last thing I said was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
We, like we said last time, 25. It's 25 years ago. It was
Oh, God, yeah.
1994.
That is a shame, honestly. We are pretty much a quarter of the way there, just so
You know, that song's like, time goes by so slowly.
Yeah.
It does
Is that
not.
Madonna?
I really don't know.
That might be, I don't know.
My mom really liked it back in the 90s, and that's what, that's what I was jamming to.
Okay, so what was your favorite part about the 90s? We'll start with that.
All right, well, we only had 6 solid years.
I know. Oh, yeah, we did. For anybody who doesn't know, it was 19... Oh, yeah, we did say 1994.
94.
And, we were kind of in the mid-90s, so we weren't exactly...
We're
at the
90s
beginning.
babies,
Yeah.
as opposed to early 2000s children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Which, have you noticed the total, just, difference between the kids that are growing up now
Yeah.
and the like how we were back then. It was like a
Yeah.
totally different.
You-
Now you're seeing them look out like they're red carpet, like the girls at least red carpet ready every time they go to like school. Like
My nephew dresses better than I literally ever will.
that's the one thing I have to say is like it's that their fashion definitely has gone up. I do, you know, as much as I hate capitalism, I do love fashion.
Okay, so my favorite part about the 90s, the fashion.
Mm-hmm.
The fashion, baby. I loved it. And like I still
That's when like crop tops were really
Yeah,
in.
but if I was a teenager, I always say this, I should have been a teenager in the 90s because I would have been grunge.
Yeah.
And like punk.
You
I
would have had like the plaid and like the
yeah.
baggy like
the chains on my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would have worn like the black
That's a
t-shirts.
look. Mhm.
And
It
yeah,
always brings me back to like Lizzie McGuire. Do you remember that
Yeah.
episode where I think it was the first one. It was the school picture day, and Matt was like, "Mom, Lizzie's trying to dress like Britney Spears."
yes.
Mom, Dad, Lizzie's talking about dressing like Britney Spears.
Dude, Britney Spears.
Yeah,
That's
she
another
was
good part of the 90s.
Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake,
Oh
like
my god. Give it to me.
Ryan Gosling, and they all came from Mickey Mouse Club.
Crazy. And then there was NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys.
Yo, I was obsessed with NSYNC.
I was a Backstreet Boys girl.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, whatever. Everybody has their differences, but NSYNC was better.
No.
That's
but
okay. Though. Everybody can have their opinion.
Okay.
It's fine.
But like, what about 98 Degrees? No one talks about them.
Oh my god, 90 Degrees.
Nick Lachey?
Una Noche.
Yeah, Nick Lachey, right?
Yeah, and Drew Lachey. Drew Lachey was also in him.
Everyone
I had a
forgets
crush
about
on
him.
Drew Lachey because he looked more gay. And he just had that, like, sparkle in his eye.
Listen, and
Yo, Lance Bass.
Yeah, I was literally just gonna say that, but every like pop boy, like tearing up my heart when I'm with you.
Yeah.
They all looked gay.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
like,
just the tight shirts and like the spiky blonde hair.
oh my gosh, the ramen noodle looking hair from Justin Timberlake.
I kind of wanted to crunch on it. Back in the 90s, I was like, oh, he cute.
Ew.
He's like one of my first crushes.
Yeah, I would say Lance Bass was one of my first.
Winona Ryder
Oh, love Winona Ryder.
in the 90s.
But she's big now, though. You know what
I
I'm
know,
saying?
but
Like,
in the 90s, get out.
and
Get
like
out.
she had, first of all, she was like Tim Burton's like baby.
Yeah,
I feel.
basically.
But like, she also dated, what's his face? Didn't she date? No, maybe she didn't date Johnny Depp. I don't remember.
She did.
Did she?
I think they dated.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, maybe they did. Yeah, they had a huge
Also,
thing.
I like Johnny Depp in the 90s versus now. Like, I liked him in the 90s and like early 2000s better than I do right now.
I mean, like, my feelings about Johnny Depp have changed over
That's what I'm saying.
the years. Yeah. I mean, like,
He's still cute though.
Pirates of the Caribbean is my shit though, and he
Mm-hmm.
plays an amazing part in that role. And now every time I see him, I think of Captain Jack Sparrow. But
Yeah, you should be there for Halloween one year.
that's a lot of makeup, a lot of work. But maybe, yeah, who knows? I know. Yeah. I just,
Okay, but anyways, so back to the 90s. I wish I could go back to the 90s. I
well,
do.
I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like I feel like where we are now, I'm comfortable with. You know what I mean? Like, and not that that's a good thing, but like, I feel like going back to the 90s, I don't know. I feel like we've progressed really far, especially with like rights and everything. Like, I couldn't go back.
Yeah, no. So I'm on that train with all like everyone getting pretty much cross their fingers across the board. Everyone getting equal rights and getting paid the same wages. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But the sense of
Like nostalgia feeling.
the
yeah.
nostalgic and like the sense of wonder that people had in the 90s.
Well, there was no technology.
Yeah, well, they had like car phones.
Well, not no technology, but
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and
Like, it was like the start of
computers.
technology.
Yeah.
It was like
The big chunky.
yeah, you had the big Nokia phones and like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like on
And,
Saved by the Bell when Zach Morris would like pull out his phone and
yeah,
like call
it
Kelly
had like
Kapowski.
the what was it? The antenna on top. That
Yeah, you had to
pull
like
up.
my someone in my family. I don't think it was my grandparents. I think it was like an aunt or an uncle had like a big phone, and
that
would,
was like
pull phone
the
up.
it thing
Yeah.
of technology. It was like
Yeah.
and then like
Car
computers.
phones.
Yeah, car phones
Car
were really
phones.
big. The computers started to change and stuff like that. Like,
Which
do
is
you remember
nuts.
those? Like, I don't know if they were like the Bubble Max. They had like
Oh my
the
god,
colors.
I wanted one, Mike, so bad,
I
but
know,
my
that was,
parents
like-
just like couldn't afford it.
That was the thing.
Oh my
to
God.
have. But I mean, like, I remember just like the dial-up tones and like using AIM. I
You
honestly-
got mail.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
miss AIM. Honestly, remember you used to have like your little profile. You used to like.
Listen, that was more of like a early 2000s thing, but
Yeah.
I never like until I had AIM, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and like I was always having like Linkin Park as like my entrance sound, like the
Oh,
dun,
yeah,
dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, and then like cuts off.
Mm-hmm.
But I never until 8th grade had the AIM profile like a mini MySpace because I had MySpace at the time.
Oh yeah.
But all my friends, when I switched schools for 8th grade, they all had this AIM profile, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this. You put a little picture, you have a little bio, and then, like, you have a friend.
Honestly, I have to give a shout out to my cousin Gianna. She made my first MySpace.
What's
She was
up,
like,
G?
Yeah, she was so ready. She was like, yo, I got you. Like, I'll hook you up. My first MySpace song, I think, was Promiscuous Girl. She hated me that night. We were like, I was like, no, but I want it this way. And I
How
want it this
old
way.
were
She's
you?
like, Michael, let's just, like, do this. I had flames on it. It was like, it was lame as fuck.
Literally fucking ew.
Yeah, it was really gross.
My first MySpace song, I think I had a MySpace in 2006, and it was a Fall Out Boy song. It was Sugar We're Going Down. And you would come and he's like,
But the thing I learned about MySpace, and a lot of people learned, was coding. You know,
okay,
because,
not me, because
well,
you used to make my profiles in
yeah,
high
I
school.
did. And then I turned into a layout site, and I started making, like, layouts
Deafening
and stuff.
Silence.
Yeah,
Oh my
or
God.
a Silent Drive. I changed it a couple times, but
Yeah.
it was you know, it just that got me into like photo editing. It got me into like you know, coding and like knowing that's how I can make websites now and stuff like that. Like it honestly did teach you a lot versus you know
It's
just
dedication.
like you had to paste your own codes and stuff, which
Yeah.
I thought was super helpful.
I
Like,
could never
by the
do
time
that.
like 8th grade came around, like and they were teaching like coding and HTML, I already knew all that and stuff like
You
that.
learned coding in 8th grade?
Well, you know, middle school, like later middle school. Dude, time is an illusion to me. I don't even.
I
remember
can't even,
yesterday.
no. I can't even remember learning. I know HTML and stuff like that, but I can't remember learning about coding ever.
Oh yeah, in St. Andrews at least, I went to a Catholic school.
Me too.
And in like 8th grade or 7th grade, I think maybe we were learning like coding and stuff. And my
St.
teacher
Andrews was
would
bougie,
ask
though.
me to help the other students because I was already like well versed in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you guys have MySpaces too. Like, learn your coding. Like,
Yeah. I think, did you ever go to, like, St. Rose dances?
yeah,
We probably crossed paths
yeah, we probably did.
so many times because we had very similar friend groups, but
I mean, like all of those dances. I remember the drama.
I got kicked out of one.
How?
Oh, some girl wanted to fight me. I said no.
Yo, that does not shock me. For some reason, people have wanted to fight you your whole life.
People still want to
People
fight
be
me.
ready to scrap with you every day.
Listen, the other night I'm gonna sidetrack for a minute, but it's a good story. The other night I was at a bar with my friend, and this girl comes walking in, and I'm sitting there alone because my friend's outside on the phone, and she like starts talking to me, whatever. She's mad cool. We hit it off. She's like, hey, I work this place this time. If you ever want to stop by, feel free. Whatever, make a new friend. Why not? Okay, I'm very personable. I assume. You know? Yeah. Tell me more. But okay, so we go outside. This is like maybe 3 a.m. We're just talking, me and my friend, and then we get in her car to talk because it's kind of cold out. And I look over at this girl's car, the girl from the bar, and her tire's flat. And I was like, oh God, like, do I tell her? Do I get out of the car and like,
Yeah.
am I going to be a good person right now?
Do I have to
or,
communicate?
Or I had a couple beers and it's 3 a.m. and I don't want to do anything right now. Like, I'm just going to sit here and like talk.
I mean, maybe she knew.
No, she didn't because
Oh.
we told the bouncer who I know very well was walking over like around the parking lot to do like a sweep, and he looked at us and was like waving to us, and I was like, hey, come here. He's like, what's up, Katie? And I'm like, her tire is flat, but I don't want to tell her that. So he goes and tells her, and then she like looks like, and then
What,
outside the window you see, oh my God, what the fuck, like big motions and stuff. So then this guy, I'm making eye contact, like I don't mean to, but I make eye contact with a giant man, and he just like kind of like jolts at our car, and I'm
Yeah.
like, my friend's looking at him, I'm like, don't look at him, don't interact, I don't feel like doing this right now. People always want to fight me, that's exactly what I
Yeah.
said. Man, woman, I don't know, children, like everybody. So he like comes over, literally ends up walking over to the car and stares into the window, and I'm just like this,
2,000
like
years
staring straight
later.
ahead, like
You're
I
like,
do.
yo, I did not want this right now.
Yeah, but you know, I like God likes to smite me, so I literally everywhere I go, someone wants to fight me usually.
But I mean, like, that's just because you got that face, you know?
Face, a punchable face.
Yeah.
Fuck off. You can go fuck
And
yourself.
when you wear the glasses, it's like, yeah, I just want to fucking knock that bitch out.
on,
No, I'm
I'm
just
not-
playing.
I'm not that nerdy.
Yo, I do too. It's okay. I mean, like,
You don't have a punchable face. You have a beautiful face.
oh, thanks. Oh, the differences between our friendship. I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna knock you the fuck down.
I'm like, oh my God, I love you so much.
Yeah, LOL.
Love me.
Like, I'm sure everybody has that kind of friendship, you know? Maybe not. Maybe that's just
Thanks.
unique to us. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
But, do
wait,
you
so
oh. When we both have the same thought, go ahead.
what I was gonna ask what your favorite part of getting back to that, what your favorite part of the 90s was.
My favorite part of the 90s. I honestly, the TV. I've always
Like,
I
just
said
the
before-
TV?
Yeah, just the TV.
Off.
I just
Staring.
love staring at a blank TV. It was my favorite thing to do.
I could see that because you
We actually sat on the TV and we watched the couch.
That's pretty good.
Anyways.
I was trying not to laugh at that. I could see that because you are so into TV.
I mean, it's always been
movies.
I love television. I love the stories they paint. Like, they give you this type of feeling. Like, I don't know. Like, I just love television. But back in the 90s, you had, I know, like, Rocko's Modern Life is coming back.
Oh,
but,
no.
like,
Don't ruin it. Like, you're ruining everything else. Like I said,
know.
you're going to ruin Mulan
like,
for
I
me.
understand the whole nostalgic thing, but, like, get your own ideas, man. We can still have our own ideas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, but that translates to, you know, how much, you know, people want that nostalgic feeling. They want to feel that feeling again, you know?
Because we're all growing up, and, I mean, I have an older brother. I have 2 older brothers,
adulthood
actually.
sucks, yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 older brothers. Shout out to you guys. You know, love you. But
Chris and Greg.
Chris and Greg, what up in the house? No. Oh my god, they're gonna kill me for
Shout
that.
out.
No, but Chris is 31, and Greg is gonna be 27.
Wow, who said, like, do they want you to tell them their age? Like,
Chris is old as fuck. No, but he was like a kid in the 90s. He was born in the 80s. So he tells me, like, oh, you liked this, and you were really into this, but, like, you hated that. And I'm like, dude, I literally don't even remember any of that, but okay. Did I like my acid wash overalls mom put me in and my little bowl cut? No, probably not. And he's like, no, you really did. You loved that. And
your
I'm like,
bowl cut, I remember that. I mean, not physically, but just from
fuck
pictures.
off. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like TV in the 90s was good, too. You know, Clarissa Explains It All.
Oh my gosh, I love Melissa Joan Hart, to be honest.
Yes.
And not to mention The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Do you know how, like, they look so much like, I don't know, they acted like they look like, I don't know if they did that on purpose. I mean, probably.
Yes, they did.
But I mean,
They
like,
casted.
they casted it super well. But Chris Trix made it all. Degrassi. I mean, people like that a little bit more later on.
Degrassi
in
would be like the early 2000s,
2000s.
right? Like Drake Degrassi.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking about,
I'm talking about. I mean, there was I think the Degrassi before that. But I mean, like, I'm sure
Go
a lot
watch-
of people.
it's on
yeah,
YouTube.
and
Go watch
Degrassi's a
it.
great show. They covered like every kind of topic you could
So
possibly
corny.
imagine. But you see basically the start of all that technology and stuff when they were all emailing each other, and like it was like very like well
Or like
versed.
Degrassi line or whatever it was.
And it showed like teenagers in that kind of time and in that light and stuff like that. And that was actually one of the first shows that actually I feel showed the teenage existence like and in its true form. Like teenagers are dealing with depression, they're dealing with cutting themselves, they're dealing with rape, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, Degrassi was a good TV show.
Yeah,
It really did teach. It taught me a lot.
Yeah, it taught, but like you see them using like their like cell phones and stuff, and like I don't know. It's just crazy how technology has really changed. But even like I don't know, I feel like people at that time, you didn't have the social media to like constantly be in the know, like to constantly have the news flooding to you. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like we're constantly getting like, and it seems like a lot of bad information a lot of the time too. You know? What
I
I'm
think
saying?
it's a lot of bullshit.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We're seeing a lot of BS. Like
But
just
the world was also a different place because, like...
See, I don't think so. I think it was the same place. I think that now we're just shedding light on more things. And people are talking about things more, which is good. I think that we need to get things out in the open more.
I think that we just have an obscene amount of sources for information, and you don't know what to believe. Like,
Yeah, because not all of them are true sources.
Think about it. In the 90s, my parents literally, like, we would go to church on Sundays. Ugh. And then,
Yeah, the worst.
the worst. And then my mom would go to Wilson Farms by Lincoln Park, and we would get a newspaper every single Sunday, and we would cut out like the ads and like the coupons and stuff. And now you pick up your fucking iPhone, whatever, Max, the newest one, I don't know what it is, Max. I have an 8, so
The new technology coming out every year.
a new iPhone every year.
Yeah.
But you pick up your iPhone or your fucking Android. Sorry for you guys that have those, but you can go to Target.
True.
Facts. You can go to Target and you can just pull up a coupon, boop, and scan it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need. And then that's another thing. Like in the 90s, in the early 2000s, like there was, no matter where you went, there was always a cashier.
Yeah.
There's always human interaction. And I feel I'm the type of person that I would rather interact with a human than interact with a computer.
This is, and I don't know if this has to do with me having anxiety or whatever, but like
I mean, I do too.
I personally, like, I would just rather not. And I mean, like, and that's the unfortunate thing. I don't know if our society is really training us to not communicate with people, like,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? Like, we're being more isolated and stuff like that. Even though we are able to talk to people all over the world, like, whenever we want, basically. I mean, we still
Which is
have,
insane.
it's still a little bit more isolating because, I mean, like, we have to, you know, it's pretty much, everything's pretty much self-reliant. You don't really need anybody else to, like, help you out or something.
You don't.
know?
Probably. Mac's its own universe. Which is crazy. In the 90s, whoever bought stock in Apple, good for you.
I know. You guys are well off now, I'm sure.
Good job, sweetie. Because that was a smart investment. My papa used to invest all the time, and I don't think he ever invested in Apple, but that man should have.
I know. I was like, that's one of your smartest bets, but you never know like how things are
You
going
could
to
take a shit. You don't know about the internet. You
Yeah,
don't know
no.
what Apple's gonna do. Imagine being an adult in the '90s, being like, oh my god. Being like 40 and being like, shit, what the there's an internet? What is an
What is an internet?
What is an email?
How does one get on the internet?
But that's what my grandparents were like.
Do you need a car?
Do we drive there?
Yeah.
Do we take a train?
No, but and on TV, you know, like that.
Bring
now we're
back
getting, like,
music videos.
Now we're getting like, well, the thing is, we're getting constant like music videos on YouTube now. YouTube is a completely new place to like showcase all of your content, your
Yeah,
creation.
but YouTube ain't what it used to be either. Like, I love YouTube.
Yeah,
but
I know,
like,
with all the ads and stuff now, like, you know, it's just funny how everything gets so commercialized, you know?
I mean, yeah, but it had to. In order for YouTubers to make money, they have to have ads.
Yeah, which is
and
understandable, yeah.
monetization.
But that's where we are right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you know, everything relies on, you know, and that's, I think creativity also can take a dive when, you know, it's always about money, or, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's always good to have your own opinions, and, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you form them.
even if people don't agree with them, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
yes, educate yourself. That's super important. If someone says something you don't like, but, you know, you're not sure about it, check it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your own facts for yourself.
Yeah, that's your favorite thing to tell me.
It's just important to do.
It's kind of rude, but whatever. Educate yourself. I'm like,
Always educate yourself. I mean, like, I say that to my parents too. They hate it.
my
I mean,
mom
like,
would slap me.
I,
Be like, Mom, educate yourself. She'd be like, you educate that.
I mean, but like that's the problem. People don't, and they expect, you know, they form their opinion based on other people's opinions, and that's where you run into problems.
Yeah, but you know what? And this is gonna get like wormhole-y for a second, or black hole-y if you want to talk about it. That was dumb. This is gonna get like, this is gonna spiral for a second because you can only form your opinions off of other people's opinions because that's all we have.
Yeah.
Think about it. Now actually be like, oh my god.
I mean,
wow.
no, it's true. I mean, we have,
And then-
you know, history. It's written by the person who won it. So, I mean, like, you're getting their biased opinion on it.
But you don't know the real thing unless you're there in the moment. Mm-hmm. Like, we could tell you what we're doing right now, and you guys would all believe it, and we could be doing something completely different.
Right. I mean, like, you can't always count on... We try to count on other people's reenactments or, you know what I mean, like, retelling of their story, but, like, it's like playing telephone. You know what I mean? When you...
Ooh, that was such a fun
That
game.
was a 90s game. I mean, like, I'm sure people played before it, but, like, I just, you know, distinctly remember playing it when I was younger. But it's like telephone when you tell somebody something and they pass it on, and
Like-
the story changes every single time.
Yeah, like, your shoes are blue. And
Yeah.
the next person's like,
and then all around
the walls are white.
you're like...
And then you, at the last person, for people who are younger than us that don't know, you literally would, like, whisper something into someone's ear. It'd be like, for me, it would be, like, probably, like, 10 of us in a line. And you whisper something to someone's ear, like I said, like, oh, your shoes are blue. It could be something so stupid, then the next person would...
It's like a
it's
chain.
it's
You
a
just
trust
get-
game.
Yeah.
Like a trust fall,
It's,
almost.
and it's also just kind of like...
And then the last person would be like, there's an elephant in my backyard, and you're like, what?
How did you even get there? Like, how did you get there?
I said my shoes were blue.
But, I mean, things are a lot different now in the sense of, you know, you've got to cite your sources and you've got to, like, you know what I mean, like, look up things for yourself because...
I wonder if kids even play games anymore. Like, games like that. Like,
You remember freeze tag?
yes.
Wow, we jumped around.
Remember TV tag?
Yeah, TV tag was so much
It's okay.
fun.
This episode is very much, like, just combining all of our thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, the 90s and now together. You know, it's...
And
whatever.
it doesn't help when you smoke beforehand and just, like, all your thoughts are coming to you in different directions and at speed of light and you're like, I don't even know which one to grab first.
But the fucking TV tag, man.
Yeah.
That was my favorite because... Like, well, you probably owned it that.
Oh my gosh, it was my game.
You
Loved
were
it.
just like popping out stuff like Law and Order, and you're like 7, and they're like, what? Special Victims Unit. And I'm like, what?
So
What?
that was my shit back then. No, I'm just kidding.
I need to rewatch that show.
Remember Laguna Beach?
Oh my god. What was the one that's like, we've been on the run, driving in the sun. California. Was that Laguna Beach?
No. That Laguna Beach was. I think it was. No, it wasn't. Unwritten. I think it was Unwritten. Or was that the
No,
Hills?
that's the Hills.
Hills.
Staring
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the blank page
Right,
before
right.
you. I love
Yo, I
that.
haven't
Is
seen
my
those shits in forever.
That's
Although
my-
that's coming back, or it did come back.
did.
Yeah.
yeah. Don't do
Oh
that.
well, Brody Jenner's loving his life now. You know what's funny? He gives the
What?
Kardashians a really hard time, and you could feel however you want about the Kardashians, but like he Well, that's good. Listen, he used to get them shit. He was like, yo, I don't want to be on reality television, blah, 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 blah. But that motherfucker, he...
From the hills!
Yeah, no, he came back, and he was on an original reality television show, in quotes,
Hills
before the Kardashians were.
Okay, me and Mike have very different views on the Kardashians. I don't hate them,
I mean,
I
don't hate anyone.
they're not my
but, like,
staple.
Yeah.
Don't be
Don't
fucking
do that.
rude.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God, don't be fucking.
But,
They're very much not my style.
When I'm thinking about away from terms of me hating capitalism, me hating the
You love capitalism.
I fucking hate capitalism.
I know.
But I do love like fashion and aesthetics and stuff like
Aesthetics. I love
I mean, like with the
aesthetics.
Kardashians, it is the aesthetics. I don't know.
They're all fake though.
I know. I love it. Their surgeon is great.
Yeah,
Whoever
but
it
like,
is.
whatever. I'm not even.
Listen, I'm not against surgery. I mean, like, if unfortunately, because
Was Kylie even alive in the 90s? How old is she?
What do you fucking mean? I don't. She's like 20. I think 21 now. Yeah, 21 now, or 22 maybe.
I don't know.
But
Not a fan.
I mean, that's everybody has their own opinion. But you know,
I don't stand.
guess where we got that from? You know what I'm saying? Like the 90s, celebrity, MTV. You know what I mean? Changing its platform, doing like more reality television shows, like The Real World.
Oh. My God.
The Real World was a really the challenge that's still going.
The
you know
Duel.
what I'm saying?
Oh my God, stop.
They have all the spin-offs.
I loved that show.
I mean, but you gotta admit that when, thinking about going back to the MTV and, like, the 90s and watching all
It was
the
more
music videos
music,
and television
yeah.
shows, I don't know if it was more music. It was just more of them selling the idea of this is what being a teenager's like. You get to watch MTV. You get to, like, embrace yourself in culture.
But, like,
because
tell me
that's-
your parents didn't have parental guidance locks on your TV.
Oh, mine did, but there was a lot of, kids who didn't have their parental locks. My parents were crazy when it came to,
I remember my brother having...
shielding us from things like that.
True. My brother having a Soundgarden CD. Do you remember Soundgarden?
No.
Oh my God, they were a great band.
Soundgarden. Was
Soundgarden.
it more, like, I wasn't...
They're like grungy.
I
sort
got
of.
more, like, pop. Like,
Not like grunge as in like
yeah, but like
Right.
bands and stuff, like I didn't really get that. I got like my parents'
They were,
80s
like,
music when I
alternative.
was younger, listening to them relive their youth, and then like Duran Duran and all that shit.
Ugh.
And then yeah, I know,
Not a fan.
isn't it terrible? But and then I got like the regular current pop music. But I remember, and my mom was very weird about me watching like Britney Spears music videos, because they were had the sex stuff in it, and like the sexual appeal and stuff like that. But
Little
whenever,
does she
I remember
know.
distinctly her vacuuming in the other room, and this is when we
100%.
lived off of Hurdle. And I was sitting in the living room, and like they played the Britney Spears Stronger music video, and I remember distinctly, and I was like, "Yo, I'm watching this shit." And I turned it on, and I was like, "Stronger," and I knew a gay was born. Like after that,
that was the moment Mike knew he was
after
gay.
I had my first Christina album, she was my first album.
Oh my God. What was mine? Mine was Fall Out Boy.
Yeah,
Take This to Your Grave.
yeah. Well, you also had older brothers, so you had like.
That's what I'm saying. You're the
yeah.
oldest and I'm the youngest. So that's another, like, okay, so Chris had a Soundgarden CD, my dad broke it. Chris had 8 Mile, the movie.
Jesus.
Oh my God, Eminem,
Yeah.
my fave. But he had 8 Mile, like the movie, broke it. He had 50 Cents, like one of his CDs, I don't know, broke it. And then when I started getting music, I just started hiding it. Like, I was just, like, hiding my
Yeah,
CDs.
because you were that little bitch.
Well, no, because, like, when my dad didn't like something, I love my dad. My dad's a great guy. But, like, when he didn't like something, like, I don't really blame him when his 12-year-old's listening to, rap.
Yeah.
Back then, like, not now.
Candy shop.
I'll take you to the candy shop. Yeah, and my brother thought he was, like, a G. Like, I'm not even gonna get
Yeah,
into that.
everybody who listened to 57 was like, I'm so cool.
Yeah, he still does, and he still thinks he's cool. And he's not.
Yeah, that doesn't go away, I guess.
Now my nephew's in the backseat, like, bobbing his head, and I'm like, oh, no.
Chokers, the 90s.
I still wear chokers.
I know, chokers are coming back, and I am all for it,
The
honestly.
90s. Okay, wait. I need to ask everyone a question. By everyone, I mean you. When we were young,
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of money. Like, we didn't have a fuck ton of money. Champion was sold at Payless
yeah.
and Walmart. Okay, and it was literally like $4 or $5, $6 for like a pair of sneakers, and that would last me a year and a half. And now you want Fila. Fila's making a comeback. I called that. I knew Fila was next.
Had a feeling. Sorry. Done.
I'm done with you. I
Yo,
believe
I'm
it.
getting older. The dad jokes are getting stronger. I'm telling you. Right now,
No,
I'm
I
not
feel
gonna
that.
lie. But yeah, no. It's funny how
Champion's so expensive now.
But back to the Kardashians, you see Kylie Jenner wearing
bullshit, yeah.
Fila and like
They
all that
paid her to do
Adidas,
that.
and all of a sudden those brands like it's aesthetics have a lot to do with
It's so
how our
sad.
society is run right now. Like people, I feel like in the 90s were a little bit more carefree. They kind of just wore what they wanted. They kind of, they did follow trends, yes, but it was kind of more like, just I'm going to throw this on today and this is what I'm going to wear. Now it's like we have to wear something in order to like fit into the standard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the 90s remind me of our friend Nicole. I wish she was here. Because she literally, okay.
Yeah,
do
she's
I
the
look,
embodiment of the 90s.
Yeah.
Re-coming back.
literally
honestly.
love you so much, dude, for real. But she doesn't give a fuck. I try not to give a fuck, so I'm in the middle. Sometimes I really don't dress great.
This year, I've been really trying to like push my, first of all, I believe that androgyny is a really cool thing.
Yeah.
It's me
interesting.
not going like wearing like dresses and stuff. Not technically for me. Like you have to feel comfortable in what you're wearing and
Oh,
stuff
in
like
a
that.
dress?
But yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I
Like
don't feel comfortable in a dress either.
it's
don't
like
worry.
what makes you comfortable. You know what I'm saying. But like wear what you want. Like I'm tired of this stigma where you have to. Now that doesn't mean don't look presentable.
Yeah, you just saw my face. Wear what I want.
That
Okay.
doesn't mean don't look presentable, but that means like wear, go outside of your own box and wear like, combine things that you never thought that you would, or watch some style videos, and you won't believe how different you feel when you find clothes that you feel comfortable in, but yet you also feel hot in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't have that.
yeah,
I can't
you
relate.
need to go for that because that's where you build your confidence. Is start wearing things that you feel comfortable in. Who gives a shit what anybody else thinks or says? It doesn't matter because their opinion is you're gonna hear it maybe 1 second and it'll go out. It doesn't matter. What you tell yourself is stronger than what somebody else is telling you. You just have to brain power is everything. And that is a bow.
And
Thank you.
curtain. I'm done. I'm leaving.
And scene.
No, you're right. You know what I've been thinking about a lot lately? Plaid pants.
Plaid pants.
Like a cute plaid, not like my
So
Blessed
if you wore
Sacrament
like
skirt.
a white, like kind of like now when I say crop top, I mean like crop tank kind of with like straps. Maybe you could pull that off. Maybe like I don't know.
Why? Because I got the boobs now for it.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the one thing.
Yes.
That's the one thing you'd be thankful for.
But the
You got
90s, dude,
titties
this is
now.
where I'm getting all my inspiration from. Like, not like the 90s trends that
It's
are
kind of
coming
your
back.
style.
Yeah, that's like my zhuzh, if you will. Like,
I mean, like, it's not like they were bad. It's just now I feel like we're taking those things and we're kind of perfecting them in our own modern ways.
But I want to rock some, like, Doc Martens with, like, a plaid pant and, like, a tight black shirt.
That's fine. That's coming in now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go buy that outfit tomorrow.
All right,
I mean, Doc Martens are expensive, and your girl's broke,
I was
so.
gonna say, I don't know about that. I mean, like, we should have a
Hey
Patreon.
guys, my birthday is
We
next
should have a-
Saturday. It's a week from tomorrow. If you
Yeah.
want to buy me Doc Martens, my address is.
Get
No.
the hell out of here. Send them to P.O. Box. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, we should have.
Do you remember Zoom? Oh my god, do you remember Zoom?
Come on in, Zoom.
Come on in, Zoom.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
dude. I want to talk about, like trends now, but like technology trends, like Snapchat, and like face mapping.
Oh yeah, okay.
The
Everybody.
face app that happened last week that
Yeah.
I dumb myself. I'm shaming myself.
I just think it's dangerous.
I made myself old, and now the government has my face, even though they had it before. But like,
I mean, I know that sounds like a conspiracy theory, but I think people
we'll get
underestimate
there.
how much the government is actually involved. And, you do sign these, like, waivers, these, like, terms and conditions, and everyone's like, oh, scroll, accept. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't bother reading
Who
the
reads
terms and
those?
conditions. You're basically giving your, your facial rights, things like that away to
My
these
face has
companies.
its own rights?
Yeah. Your face has rights.
I don't think so.
And gays are still fighting. I'm just kidding.
Hey,
I'm just
hey.
playing. But I think that with all, and that's also, I feel like vanity is also a really big thing now. I think, like, we have to stay, like, we do have to remember humility and staying humble and not being like, oh, yeah, I'm on my shit. Like, I'm the best person
I've
around.
never
like,
heard you say that. I'm on my shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying. Like,
I love that. You
just
should
like
say that.
you have to like put out a like your Instagram and stuff like that. Like now it's
Yeah.
about putting out constant content, and it's about putting yourself out there all the time, and getting the likes and getting. We didn't in the 90s. You didn't have that constant like spike of euphoria that you get when somebody likes your photo, or you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it's like a drug. It is an addiction. You know what I'm saying? And back then you didn't have that in order to, you know what I mean. Like that's why you would see kids outside playing more and less into like video games and stuff like that, because it didn't have that constant need for
Yeah.
stimulation.
Yeah, which is, well, yeah. it's sad because I can see like even
The
with,
one thing I hate though is when people like the older generation is like, oh, I see.
are we
oh,
talking
they're
about like my
always-
parents' age or my grandparents' age?
Both. I mean, like when you they both say it. You know what I mean? When somebody's on their phone or like when you're in a public space and people are on their phone. If you look back at photos, people were reading newspapers and not talking to
Same
each other.
thing.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but
everybody-
it does piss me off when I'm hanging out with somebody and all
Yes,
they are
that's
doing
different.
is on their
Yeah,
phone.
you have to learn how to have respect when using the technology that we have because, like, you're not going to be, in a room full of people and you're trying to talk to somebody and they're literally scrolling on their phone and not looking at you. They're like, and pretending they're listening to you.
The thing is though, like if it's like if I'm at a bar and like I'm not talking to anybody or like my friends are outside smoking or whatever, and
Yeah,
I'm
there's
chilling,
nothing wrong.
No, but like if they come back inside, like maybe the first minute I'll be on my phone just like looking stuff up. But a lot of that has to do with like, and it's so sad. I can talk to anybody about anything. I can talk to the wall. Like I don't have a problem with that. But a lot of people like will be on their phone to like bring up something to talk about with other people, like especially people our age, like 20s, 30s. Like it's insane to me that we have to like
That you have to, like, do
we can't just talk to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Small talk is really unnecessary. And a lot of other countries, like, they look at us like we're weird because, like,
'Cause we are.
you have to be fake and constantly happy. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, like, present yourself in, everything's always okay. But, like, in other countries, that's so unreal. Like, constantly going and be like, hi, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, in that awkward fake smirk thing that white people do. You know what I mean? Like,
Ugh.
that head nod and the...
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. Or, hey, how you doing?
Gosh
You know what I
darn
mean?
it,
Like,
Tim.
people, that's so fake because they
It
know
is.
you don't care. And
Yeah.
everybody knows you don't care, but you got to do it anyways because,
That's like pathetic though, but
That's like, if I haven't, like, seen you in 7 years, you basically, like, your skin changes everything, you know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
shed.
you basically become a new human being. Your cells replace, like, everything in, like, 7 years. So if I haven't seen you in 7 years, we are two different people now. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me.
if we
We're
didn't
done.
talk after high school, don't talk to me.
Yeah. No, I'm just playing.
I'm not like that.
I mean, like, I'm, friendly, but...
I think reconnecting with people is
But I just
is
think
nice.
being real is more important. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
Yeah.
be realer,
Yeah, it's a fact. All right, yeah. So the whole this is a prime example of times now and how we are so lazy. Fucking like Siri and Alexa and
Yeah.
Google Home and whatever.
Hey,
all that.
Siri, grocery shop for me.
Okay, I can add this to your grocery list.
Yeah, like Instacart. You know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can.
Add things to your, like...
No, you can have people go grocery shopping for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Drop it off to your. Yeah, you like give them a list and they go to the grocery store and they shop for you. And then, like what? Like when we're like
There's
old,
pluses and minuses to that, though, because then there's people, you know what I mean?
How do you know someone's not fucking with your food?
Very true. That also is, like, people taking Ubers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're
Have you ever
literally
been-
putting
you've
your
been-
life into
we were
somebody
in an
else's
Uber in
hands.
Toronto. You were in an Uber.
Yeah, it was super uncomfortable.
Well-
Super uncomfortable. But, like, but then there's also people, it's cheaper than taking a taxi or taking, you know what I'm saying? Like, or it's better
Listen,
than taking the bus.
we
like-
Ubered. I went to New York City like a month and a half ago, and we Ubered from the airport to our hotel in the morning on a Monday, and it was like $60. And then on a Saturday morning at 5:30 a.m. when we left the hotel to go to get an Uber to go to the airport, same distance, like $100. Mm-hmm. I was like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah,
and like
no.
taxi drivers like stand out there and they're like, oh, you need a taxi?
Yeah.
They wave you down, like no.
But they charge you up the ass.
Yeah, it would have been
you know?
like $200 to go to the airport for real.
But, and that's where having technology also can make your life easier, you know what I'm saying? So we
Yeah.
have all these trade-offs and we're like, oh, like it can be more vain, and stuff like that, but at the same time, it also is for convenience, so, like, you gotta understand, like, you gotta try to find where the line is, I guess. Maybe not totally consuming your entire day or, like, week, constantly being on your phone, constantly checking your phone, like, put it down, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
That's just insane to me though.
make yourself more, I guess, like, try to go out a little bit more into the world, and these are things that I can take myself, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I need to put my phone down, stop filling my head with everybody else's opinion and everybody else's, idea of how they think the world works, and just live through your eyes, you know
I
what I'm
try
saying?
to, and I mean, like, you tell me all the time that, like, I'm a glasses half full kind of person. I try to be, at least. I think I'm pretty positive.
I've been more glasses half empty, and I need to start being more glasses
Yeah,
half full.
and I need to be a little more, I'm kind of unrealistic with myself, and you are realistic with yourself. So when we talk, I feel like there's a nice balance.
Well, I mean, I consider myself more of a realist, not a pessimist, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily look for the negative and everything, like, I'm
Yeah.
always like, but, I mean, I'm gonna take the situation for what it is,
I'm way more of an optimistic person. Like, I like to,
for
like...
sure.
But you know what it is? I'm not fucking stupid. People think I'm fucking stupid.
No, you used to take your optimism to that kind of level sometimes.
Well, I was also younger
But
and
yeah.
kind of dumb.
But,
Like,
you've learned a lot, and
Yeah.
I mean, so have I. So,
but I've never... No, okay, I'm gonna take that back. I've never been dumb.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
No,
I'm
you've never
not
been
stupid. I know everything that's going on. Sometimes I put on a front, like, I'm like, oh, la-di-da-di-da, like Patrick.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Patrick sometimes.
dumb.
Patrick
No,
Star.
Patrick's purely stupid.
Horseradish is not an instrument either.
Yeah, but that's
But,
the kind
yeah,
of the
that
front I
kind of-
put on sometimes. Because I don't want... I don't give a fuck now.
Yeah.
But I don't want people... I never wanted people to know, like, my opinion or what I was thinking.
Yeah,
or-
because I think that goes with being afraid of what, you know what I mean? Like, standing up for what you
Yeah, but that's
believe
also optimism, like, where I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's see, there's a dog on the side of the road. Someone's gonna get it.
Yeah.
No one gets it.
in. Well,
Then
right.
I go get it. Because, like, I'm like, oh, I need a home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I see the good in... I try to see the good in every single person that
Well,
comes
that's
in
just
and
being
out
a
of my
good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just that. You know, that's not. We're talking about seeing the good in, you know, like situations and stuff like that, and trying to, like, it. Say,
Yeah.
you know, you barely made money at work that day, instead of being like, oh, I barely made money from work, like whatever. Like, I'm going to be
you
like,
know what I always
okay, I
say?
made this much. I can try to, like.
I always say, this is 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever bucks I did not have when I walked in the store.
Yeah.
I always say that. I'll be pissed. I mean, like, I make pretty good money, but, like, I'd be pissed, like, sometimes when I...
Don't make what
Yeah,
you
I'll be
think
mad.
that you should be making.
But, like, I'll be like, you know what? This is $100 more than I had in my pocket before 4 hours ago. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, so like sometimes
So-
it's really about the way that you talk to yourself and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
of
And,
course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But- Yeah, so I think social media
So
honestly has
yeah.
pretty good influence on us most of the time.
I mean, it like I said, it it's all
technology.
about how you take it and the things. Just, you know, keep in mind that, you know, social media, like everything that you see online all the time isn't the world. Like, there are people's perceptions of the world. The world can be whatever you want it to be. You just have to, like, make it and form it yourself. And that's just doing things every day, taking those steps to, like, you know, making sure that, you know, you're taking care of your mental state too, and, you know,
Yeah,
putting your phone
that's
down
big.
and removing yourself also from the world just for a little bit, just so you can regroup.
That's literally why I work out.
Yeah. And then, I mean, everybody's got their own coping methods. Find yours, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Music and working out.
Mm-hmm.
And this. This helps me, even though we talk about things, this helps me
yeah, finding
forget.
an outlet. Finding an outlet is also really good. Like,
Yes.
writing or painting. Like, if you want to paint or,
writing.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it depends on what you're feeling at that moment, you know? And it could
Yeah.
be different. It doesn't have to be the same thing every day. Like, you know, everybody has, like, me, I feel like I have multiple different passions. So, like, if I feel like I'm sad one day, or, like, you know what I mean, like, the world is too much for me, I'll create a graphic design, or, you
Yeah.
know, do something like that. So,
Yeah, which is a good outlet to have.
yeah, everybody
because-
needs to, you know, have something to go to.
Yeah,
Something
you-
to get them out of their reality for a little bit.
Of course. But, I mean, that's basically our thoughts on that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we kind of talked about the 90s, kind of talked about technology, kind of talked
Yeah,
about, you know,
a little bit of
mind and
everything.
spirit, a little bit of everything. You
A
get a
little
little
bit
everything.
Get a little bit taste of
For the price of
everything.
one. Free.
Well, price of 2 people, 1 free podcast.
Woo! Deals.
We like those deals.
What?
Be nice to people.
Okay, guys, we're doing ASMR.
Okay, so we're gonna say goodbye in our ASMR voices.
Okay, everybody, thank you for watching this week.
Watching, it's listening.
Thank you for listening this week.
You have a really bad ASMR voice.
What? All right, y'all, this has been Brutally Honest with Katie and Mike.
We will see you when we see you.
Next week, bitch. They're every Monday.
Come back.
Brought to you by our sponsor, Wide Eyed. We are Wide Eyed on Instagram. Check
Okay,
it out.
yeah, we said that last week.
All
We
right,
are wide-eyed.
bye.
Yeah, I'm just honest.